damage done to the car, even caused by like an outside force of nature. So like if a rock bounces up off the street and hits your windshield, that's covered under insurance.
Okay, what part is it covered under?
Comprehensive.
Comprehensive. And you have to be careful sometimes to try and call it collision. Who else had their hand up? All right. What about walking to your car and you fall? Is that covered under your car insurance?
No.
Why am I watching you using your phone? Do you think that's a good thing to do in this class right now? The answer would be no. Put it away. Okay, yes, it is. I was walking my car one time. My couple and my wife and I have a friend that we went out to dinner with every Friday night when we lived in Rock Springs. And I was walking my car, slid on some ice, tripped, broke my ankle.
Dang, doctor.
Now, is that covered under your car insurance?
Apparently.
Yes, because entering and exiting your vehicle is covered under your car insurance at 100%, yes.
Doesn't that also depend on your level of coverage and?
Well, it depends on how much you have for medical payments, yes.
Okay.
But most people have at least $5,000 under their medical. Hi.
Oh, Miss Laster, we've delivered.
Thank you. All right. Okay, here's one for you. If any of y'all know Mr. Barbie, they found out this one the hard way. You and I are driving back and forth. We go to the same college. We're driving back and forth each time, and I pay for your gas.
Yeah.
Is that good or bad?
Good.
No, it's bad, because if you have an accident, you now are considered a what?
Part of the case.
A taxi. A vehicle for hire. People are paying you.
Who gonna know that?
Who's going to know that? Trust me. If he's in a car with you and he gets injured, and he goes to the hospital, his insurance company's going to ask what happened. I was riding with you, Chantrell, and yeah, I gave him money for gas.
Oh yeah, that's listen.
Your car insurance is going to deny coverage for it. His parents are going to sue you. Trust me, guys, this will happen.
That's low key dry snitching.
You know what? Doesn't make any difference. I trust me, they will find out, especially if the bills are big enough, they will find out, and you are up a creek. Now, you can call it whatever you want, but guess what? Your parents are going to be the ones that get sued, and you have no coverage on your auto coverage for it. So you say what you want. Oh, my friend would not stitch me out. Trust me, his parents are stuck with a big bill. They're in the hospital. That's amazing where things go. Every time this has happened. Now, what you do on that, Mr. Barbie and I live across the street from each other. When I was coming in at some god-awful hour of the morning, we used to ride together every morning back and forth. We never paid for gas for each other. Every once in a while I'd say, can I borrow your truck for a second? And I'd go take his truck and fill it up with gas. Or he'd take my car, he'd take me out to dinner or something like that. So there was never a quid pro quo. So with car insurance, you have to be very careful. What are things that affect the rate you pay for your car insurance?
Amount of coverage.
Okay, age. Very much.
Gender.
Your motor vehicle experience.
Your type of
How
car.
many accidents you've been in, how many tickets you got. Type of car is a big one. Why? Because some cars cost more to fix than others, and some cars, if a 17-year-old male is driving it, they're more likely to be in an accident.
Yeah, like a Corvette or something.
You
Because
got
I
it.
like to drive.
Exactly
and
that.
I like to race, right? That's why
Now,
I boys.
for someone like me that's 68 years old, if I get a Corvette, it's not going to affect my insurance too much.
I told you
You,
that
it's
story.
going to bother you.
I told you that story. Like that thing that you was talking about, like low key happened to me though. Like, cause I was racing, and she was in a Benz. I was racing this girl, like that driving, right? She was in a Benz, right? And then she hit me. And I was gonna sue her, but I'm not an op, you know. Yeah, like I really couldn't have shit.
Well, you were doing something wrong. Okay. Now, stuff like that. I'm telling you, you gotta be really careful, but things, gender affects, now, the interesting thing is gender's affecting it less and less because girls are doing more and more stupid things about driving, seriously. That's why there used to be a huge difference between boys and girls on insurance. It's not as high anymore as it was. How about your credit score? Does that affect your?
Yes.
It does, your credit score, because statistically they've been able to show there's a correlation between a low credit score and a higher number of accidents. If you don't care enough to pay your bills on time, you're less likely to worry about your car being in an accident.
That don't make sense, really.
There's enough statistics there to prove it.
I mean, I understand, but that don't make sense.
Well, it does. Because it's one of those facts that is there. So you can argue all you want on this
It's like,
stuff.
what if you like got a bad credit score?
Why would you get a bad credit score?
I'm just saying, like, what if
Why
it
would you
happened
get a
in
bad
the
credit
past?
score?
Alright, so like you was effing up and everything.
Okay?
Growing up.
And you don't think you're more likely to be in a car accident?
No? What that gotta mean to do with a car accident?
It does. Because if you go through and look at, remember all these rates had to be approved by the state. And so all these rates, they've got to be able to prove there's a statistical correlation between this and this.
I ain't gonna cap. The feds be capping.
It doesn't make any difference what you think. They know. Okay? This is something that is there. It's one of those truths that is there. Who requires you to have comprehensive coverage on your vehicle? Who requires you to have comprehensive coverage on your vehicle?
Nobody. Aggressive.
No?
Nobody.
No? It's not true.
Oh.
The government.
First of all, what is comprehensive coverage?
Everything.
Oh, that's the government, right? That's a law.
What is comprehensive coverage?
Where they cover everything.
It covers everything on your car, not
No, it doesn't cover everything on your car. Comprehensive coverage is for known perils. Fire, wind, theft, upset, vandalism. Okay? Did I say flood? Flood. Now, comprehensive coverage are things that are not your fault or somebody else's fault. It's an act of nature. Now, who requires you to have comprehensive coverage on your car?
Nobody.
The state.
Who is the only person that cares about what happens to your car?
Yourself.
No.
I don't know.
The insurance company.
No.
Nobody.
the insurance company.
Nobody.
Think about it.
Not they care. They don't
Who
want
cares about what happens to your car?
the car company.
Paid for it.
Not the car company.
The person with the title.
Who?
The owner.
Person with the title.
Who?
Who are
The owner. You.
The bank.
The bank. The bank. The bank. The bank. The person that's lending you the money for that car is the only one that really cares about what happens to that car. Okay? They're the ones that care about whether or not that car gets totaled out or there's any value to it. So they require you to have comprehensive coverage. Who requires you to have liability coverage on your car?
Government.
The government does, the state. And the state requires you to show proof of coverage by either having insurance, posting a bond, or posting a letter from your bank saying that, hey, these people can afford a $100,000 claim against their coverage. 99% of people do what?
Insurance.
Get insurance. Right. So remember, there's two major parts of your insurance, which is comprehensive and collision. Comprehensive is required by lenders, or if you worry about your car. These are things that you didn't do to it, that somebody else did, or something else happened to it. And then liability coverage is something that covers you for anything you are legally liable for.
How
Now,
does it work if you like rent a car?
It's called leasing a car, renting a car, same thing. A few years back, Domino's did a great job of getting people to buy pizza by a phone call for delivery. And what they did is they had ads that were called 30 minutes faster free. And Domino's drivers ended up killing a few people. And so every insurance company out there, starting that year and then moving forward, put a claim on the policy saying that if you use your vehicle for any type of delivery, your coverage is void. So if you're delivering pizza, delivering food, anything like that, if you get money off of it, be very careful. And don't give me this, well, nobody will find out. Trust me, they will find out. Especially if it's a bad accident. And there's a tremendous amount of damage that's being done. So read your car insurance. If your car is in your garage and your house burns down, who pays for the car? Home insurance does, not your car insurance, which is interesting. Most people don't realize that, so make sure you got to take a look at coverage there. So guys, be really careful. And the thing is they are starting to put kids your age in jail for a great number of years for doing something stupid behind the wheel.